again. I'm back again after leaving again, and I'm sorry. Gosh. But I'm in the new place. This is the first stream in the new place, which is kind of an old place, but it's a new place to me. But yes, hello! We're here! Yeah! Setup is gonna look the same because I'm gonna continue using my backdrop because I'm still embarrassed about my bedroom. Woo! Yeah! Cool beans! Hello! Welcome! I love your Vocaloid stream avatar, as usual. Yeah, so this last week was super stressful. Even way before that's what it's all about. You don't know it's not a lie! Cinema, have I ever lied to you? I mean, have I ever lied? Ever in my life? What is that, what's that quote from Parks and Rec? Jenny Slate says it. She's just like, I have never done anything wrong in my life, ever. Oh my gosh, I get like phases of Vocaloid hype where like I want to play Project Diva again. Not even like to get any better, just to like replay the songs. But I also like go through my Vocaloid playlist on Spotify and I just like get in these moods where I'm just like, no, it has to be Miku or nothing else. I'm a perfect person to You're damn right, Cinema. Exactly. Carry that energy with you. Carry it everywhere. I'm so glad to be in the... Oh my gosh! Cinema, you resub for... oh my god, 15 months in a row. You're like...
Cinema Hawk just resubscribed for 15 months.
Yeah.
Also.
Also what? Also, the voice said also. What does that mean? Thank you so much for the resub. I super... Also, okay, you said also. What is the also for? Also what? I'm waiting with bated breath. I am so glad to be... I'm a little, like... I'm, like, nervous. Also 15 months. Yes. You're awesome. You're awesome. Awesome. I am, like, nervous? Because I'm, like, scared, like, what technical difficulties are going to befall me, because it's a new place, and I had to reset everything up when I moved my computer, whatever. It's basically the same setup. My desk looks essentially the same, so maybe it'll, like, lock me into a mindset that I'm, like, used to, but I'm here, and, like, I don't have to worry about moving stuff anymore. It's just about sorting it, and... Oh! No, I didn't actually. It's faded, so it's got, like, kind of its own... It kind of looks more black now, and there's, like, little hints of pink still there. I need to get it redone, but I'm glad it looks good. Thank you. The house is haunted internet. I hope the house doesn't have haunted internet. That would suck, because I'd have to, like, I don't know, pay off the demon or something and be like, please let me stream. Please? Not booty net? That's OnlyFans, right? Potato net. I don't want potato net, that's for sure. So far, seems so good. Had to leave the state to get good internet. That's dedication. I can respect that. I can respect the commitment. I mean, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that sweet Wi-Fi internet connection. So I believe it. I believe it. Man, I'm so freaking close to 200 followers. I want to do, like, a thing once I reach 200 followers, but I don't know what to do. So, y'all shoot me your ideas on Twitter or in Discord or whatever. Midna's around here somewhere. She's also with me, of course. I didn't leave her behind or anything, but she is, she's adjusting, you know. She adjusted pretty quickly, actually. She's still a little bit afraid to go downstairs, but, she's liking the room, and she has, like, behind me, you can't see because the backdrop's in the way, and there's windows, which is why I have a backdrop too, because, another rigged Jackbox. I could do another Jackbox. It's not rigged, though, I swear! It's just like that. A rigged Jackbox. The Wheel of Epic Proportions, or what is it? Is it Epic Proportions? Or what is it? We didn't forget. Never forget. Never surrender. I could do another Jackbox. That would be fun. Stop the count. Cool beans. Oh my god. It wasn't my fault. I swear. Schmitty must have just, you know, had a moment of generosity and wanted to give me the win. You know, and I wasn't gonna turn down that W. Who would? Who would? Oh man, I miss you guys. I'm gonna throw up the trigger and content warnings for Ace Attorney real quick, just because I need to, and it's important. I'm not gonna slack off now that I'm all still cattywampus from moving. I'm so sore and like tired. The planned box party. The planned box party. I like it. So there's the link, per the usual. What else am I looking for? Oh my god, I have to acclimate myself. There it is. Give me just a second, guys. Ah. There's your trigger and content warnings. The curious case of the Jackbox vote counter. It wasn't rigged, I swear! I promise. So, murder mystery stuff all the way at the top. Blood and gore, gun violence, animal death, death and suicide. The alcohol and stuff from Mr. Van Zeeks, who loves his wine. Domestic violence from the weird choking of that, like, the little couple that we just did. The cop and his wife. Yes, there's, like, apparently there's anti-Semitism. I don't really know why it says, I think what they meant was xenophobia. I haven't really seen the anti-Semitic, yeah, she was like grabbing his scarf in the last one where it was, yeah, it was, there's a lot of weird stuff, but especially the xenophobia. I think that's probably why this particular Ace Attorney took so long to get localized. Because there are some lines, there continue to be lines that are just like, what? Why did you say that? I think we're past all the snakes, but just in case, there are snakes in this game. Snakes in this game, like there's snakes on a plane. Bone breaking, hanging, suffocation, burial alive. I think those are the causes of death, but I'm really curious because we're on the final case, so I can't really name the... Yeah, it's, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's really weird. It makes me uncomfy, and I try to not say the lines if I can, but yeah. I'm sorry, you're absolutely right, Cinema. There's lawyers. If you can't handle lawyers, this is definitely not the game for you, because it's like all about lawyers. And kind of a lot about the corruption of the justice system. So yeah, warning for lawyers. But as always, check the link. Not a big lawyer fan. Yeah, I can imagine. There's lots of jokes about lawyers being bad, but these ones are great. Great Ace Attorneys. And we're chronicling their adventures. So, hopefully this won't be too loud. I did test my audio, which I do every time. Just about. There's some times when I skip. But let's hope that it's not too loud, but y'all let me know if your ears are being blasted with all the noise from the game. Oh. My ears are being blasted from the game. Just a little bit. So let's turn that down. Okay, we last left off with our adventure. The adventure of the unspeakable story. And we were in Sholmes' suite. With Herlock Sholmes himself. Look at him! He looks so good without his hat. Look at that floofy hair. I just want to like... A week and 3 days from summer. Ah, yes! Clap. Clapping. That's awesome. Do you have any, like, vacations planned? Or are you gonna, like, do a staycation? What you got planned for summer? I think I was done talking to him. Yes, so we are moving. A new location has been added. Yes, we were talking about... Oh my gosh, there's legal consultancy. Ooh. Baker Street. Windibank's Pawnbrokery. We talked about that. Bustling London Street on which can be found Mr. Sholmes' office and Windibank's Pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby, too. Going to Cedar Point and Kings Island. Hot dog shit around the city. Nice. Nice. That sounds like fun. Well, keep counting down the days. It's so close. Jim Tan laundry. Yeah, there you go. 15th of April. Windibank's Pawnbrokery. There's a lot of stuff here. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susanna-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. So like a museum? I mean... My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure, and I'm going to punch you because of it. Look at him go. He's ready to tussle. He likes to tussle. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes.
Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back.
Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot! The fight is afoot. I cannot fight this man. Look at that bow tie. Look at the swag of that bow tie. You don't want to fight that guy. Nah, I can't. I couldn't do it. Let's talk about the violin. Naturally, you'll recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes?
This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. He's like, I don't care. Oh, okay, he does care quite a bit, actually.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How much is the unforgivable of me? An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends.
Oh my god, he going. What the? He gonna shoot me? Oh my god! What the fuck? Dude. Dude. That's, wow. Okay. Let's put the gun down. Put the gun down, please. I shall have to take my own life. Why? 0 to 100 exactly. Mr. Sholmes is just like, yeah, you should. I don't think that would be necessary, do you?
Let me say one thing before I pop off.
Pop off! Pop off. Ah, yes?
It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
I'm sorry. Pop off, Queen Soleil!
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is.
You did. I gotta say, this is probably one of the most shocking reactions to anything in Ace Attorney, where he's just like, you know what, you're right, I'm done.
And when I turned to controvert you, you'd taken the field and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave.
Oh, cool beans! No! That's not good. The mild inconvenience hits. Goodness gracious. I mean, samesies sometimes. Or like, Or like when I have like any, well, you probably don't have this because you're smart and you're like gonna be a doctor, but I, of the layman, whenever anything remotely is wrong with me, I just go, this is it. I'm probably having a heart attack and I'm about to die. Like it's, you know what? I guess it's my time to go. Peace, y'all. Just take me now.
So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No. Oh my god, he fell. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Phew. Sir. Are you okay? Like, really? I was having a heart attack. That's... See, that would terrify me, too, having a heart rate that high. It's worse because you know what really can go wrong? Oh, God. But wait, what's worse than, like, dying? Is there... Well, I guess there's painful death, but, like... I'm glad you were fine, Cinema. I feel like 237 is... Wait, should not be... 237 under? Wait, so... Wait, under? I'm confused. Either way, I'd be scared.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sherlock Holmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
That is a real statement right there. It's either laugh or cry. Sometimes you gotta just laugh to keep from crying. Maybe I should have tagged this mental health.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh, peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes or some such.
Oh my, a new, full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean?
Oh my god! Dude, somebody get this gun away from him. Jesus Christ. Ah, forgive me!
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more.
I like how she's like, you can kill yourself later. I have to read this book first. Please, put the gun down. Put the gun down.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Susana-san is really fired up now about the wrong thing.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust you to your I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank. Sorcel, a lot happened in such a very short amount of time. This one pawnbroker is very trigger happy in a sense. So yeah, any kind of thing sets him off. Apparently, supposedly.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more.
It houses something very great, a very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript?
Inverse hyperventilation? See, I don't know if normal hyperventilation or inverse hyperventilation is worse. Those both sound very unpleasant. Maybe this man is inverse hyperventilating, which is why he keeps getting so trigger happy.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Soames' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life,
Which I would readily give away. Why are you... That's not a good deal. Why is he doing this? Put the gun down. This is all very strange. You said it. This man literally just ran to get a gun so he can just do this. Why is this... anyway, I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that disabled unit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull.
Sorry?
Aha, but your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say?
Don't... No, Trip. Susanoo, please don't sell the kimono you're wearing. Respect the drip, Karen. It's drip or drown and you can't swim. Nice.
How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you've described. I place their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
They get sold.
The items are often for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
Wow, he really... Okay. Alrighty. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. Yeah, one should never talk of one's demise so casually. I say as someone who often participates in self-deprecating humor. I really should take that advice myself. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. That's true, wait a minute, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, at the beginning of this case, he was literally like, it's a good day to die. He's like, my life is over, I can't play music anymore. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device with which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. So a video camera? Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? Oh no. Did he sell it? Did he sell it? Did he sell it? For legal reasons, I'm never offering medical advice on... That's a good disclaimer that I hadn't considered either, but I didn't think you were. But yeah, just in case. Get that practice in for those lawyers. They're gonna come. They will come one day. Be ready. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are just two. There are two just below the ceiling. Is this I Spy? What is...
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you.
4 a.m. Oh god. I do not like that creepy little doll that's sitting next to the skull, which looks like it's been turned into a cup, which is also unsettling, but look at the doggy! He's got like a little hound. Or like a retriever. I wonder if if it's a mix between it's a cute dog. That's the important part. It's a cute dog. Ah, yes, a print from the camera, set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. And also, I'm pretty sure way ahead of your time. But this is a fantasy game.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
Wait, why weren't you using this on all the other cases that we had? Like, kind of rude that he only just now had this technology.
So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say. That would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop, after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
It's not cost effective.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, you know. My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us.
I mean, he's kind of right.
Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windybank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop. Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
I really think you want to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. And I think you should consider therapy. I think some, CBT would really... Maybe CBD. That's not therapy, but... just a thought.
Fear not.
Sorry.
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed.
That seems like it's gonna foreshadow something. I'm just gonna put that little factoid in my back pocket because I guarantee it's gonna be something like the number of bullets, and it was like, but there was only 1 bullet loaded because it was a gun that was specifically meant to take the owner's life. Jesus. It's already really dark.
Good day to you then, Mr. Windybank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
It's been a pleasure. Can you put the gun down, please?
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
Did he put the gun down? Look at all those clocks. What's this one?
Look at this! Look at this lovely, big, shiny box bee!
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
My button was not working. That's weird.
Shall we listen a while?
Yeah, sure. Give me a good little listen. What if it just started playing Megalovania? Or like, what if it rickrolled us?
Oh, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded.
You feel like you're gonna have a bad time. Yes, yes. Oh, it's one of those, a metal, the cylinder, and then the, wait, no, this one, a metal disc. Okay, wait. So like a jukebox? Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness! What a simply delightful machine!
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Oh, so it's like a record player, almost. I'm only into vinyl. Just kidding.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
Neat. There's some nice teapots here. What's this horsey? Can I look at the horse? It won't let me look at the horse. What's over here?
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine.
Fingamabobs and dingle-hoppers and... I feel like this, she's got very aerial vibes. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it at his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform, never! It embodies my student spirit! Also, isn't it like your tie home? Also, isn't it really like the only clothes you have? Because you were a stowaway on a ship that you weren't supposed to be on. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That leads to the storage room where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do. There is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Mr. Winterbank is gonna die. I feel like he might die. I think that's kind of a death flag there. Before he sleeps, he places it in a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. What if he stages a robbery just so he can get, like, insurance money or something? That'd be wild. How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Soames? I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to entertain. That's a mood.
Mr. Soames, you are a wonder.
And the prime suspect if this pawnbrokery is ever burgled. Plot twist, it really was Mr. Soames. Lots of hats up here. Oh, there's... Oh, shit. No. I investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Well, I wasn't really... What's this?
Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Mr. Winterbank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. As he should be. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. The gun! This revolver here, which he just left on the counter. Just left that out. Just whatever. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article therein, my dear fellow. Yeah, I don't plan on it. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Oh my god.
A body has been discovered!
Yeah. If he blew his brains out, yeah, there would be a body. My god. I wonder if it would be... well, I guess it's Ace Attorney, but so they've done real blood before, but that would be wild if he just, and then pink blood came out like in Danganronpa. Oh my god. Blow his brains out, indeed! In recompense for his blunder. Oh my! Yeah, that...
But in any case, of course we'd never do such a thing.
Wow, what a... She just... Skirt! I'm very concerned about this man. I'm very concerned about him. What's over here? No, I want to go to the... No, I want to go over here. Thank you. Oh, why are there creepy dolls? I don't like the creepy dolls.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah,
what? What's it used for?
there's a small catch here. Just look.
We're going to open it, aren't we? Ooh.
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. Is it a trap?
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all. Please don't blow your brains out. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Like this thing right here?
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereos? Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm going to try it.
Why would you have to be cross-eyed? Ah! Why is she screaming?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once.
Oh, alright then. Wow, the music got real intense, didn't it? So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Oh, it's a picture of a girl. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Oh, it's because it's got like the, yeah, optical illusion. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Wow. We really just did anything to entertain ourselves back in the day, didn't we? Humans are weird.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
Black magic. Wasn't she, like, just a second ago, like, wow, science and technology are so great and magical? It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. He has no fucking idea how this works. We shall save this lesson for another day. Himbo energy. Let's see. There's a calendar. April 15th. That's not a calendar you can easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date. Today's actually the 25th? I'm just kidding. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It's an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterberg. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, When the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. Something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
I have no idea who this is, but
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, you know it. This article is barely worth a pit.
oh, sorry, that's probably Windibank. I don't know who those people are. Give me the voices, please. Give me the characters, and I'll see if my voices were even close to voice, because sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it?
Oh my God, it's her. She's back. She's back. I've seen all I need.
I've seen all I need to see, young girl.
She's back. My girly with the. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Man, it's been a minute.
Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilden's trial 2 months ago.
I forgot her name. Gina Lestrade, that it is.
She's a chancer, earns a crest among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
She's the pickpocket. I love her. I love her so much. Lestrade! Look at her! Swag. Just. Yes.
Go on, better you lot!
No, please don't shoot it. There's too many guns in this fucking place.
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well.
You remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us. Nothing to eat. Come to pop that black weasel. Sorry, coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
Oh, good day, unless I'm much mistaken.
You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Mr. Sholmes!
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windibank on your behalf.
Pull the other one, I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business, go on, I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Mrs. Strand. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Aww. He's probably used to having, like, a daughter. Because, oh, shit, what's her name? The little girl with the pink hair. She's so cute. He's really done it. He's gone.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there's no room for negotiation here.
What is that thing he has in his hand? It's not the gun, right? Some kind of metal disc. We should play it in the music box.
And you, go on, leave me alone.
Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Susanna-san can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
I want to keep talking to you. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Mrs. Strad.
Yeah, well, I am alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it?
I'm losing my accent. I can feel it. No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dime, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy...
What? Your Chevy Chase? Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know. Best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes.
She needs money. I mean, it's probably really hard out there.
You're not going to deny it either, Mrs. Strahd.
But not this time, alright? I swear! That thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Perhaps we should. Mr. Windibank! Look at Mr. Windibank watching diligently over his shop. There are still so many things I'm curious about.
I don't believe this is a time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo.
We should probably see whether that argument's been resolved yet, I suppose. Well, that was what I was doing. Oh, now it'll let me talk to him. Let's do Gina Lestrade first.
She's been in here before, of course, this little
This Tatterdemalion. Tatterdemalion. Tatterdemalion? My controller! What are you doing? How dare you? My immersion! Just kidding. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that because Tatterdemalion. I just got a beep on my computer that was very loud. It means ragged or disreputable in appearance, being in a decayed state or condition. See dilapidated. So, can I have the pronunciation for it? YouTube, help me out. Skip the ad, please. Come on. YouTube, I just need the pronunciation. Tatterdemalion. So I was pretty close. Tatterdemalion. I'm learning so many new words.
she's been in here before, of course, this little Tatterdemalion.
I see.
And got some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today?
Well, yeah, if only it was that simple.
Sorry? What do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket, so...
I heard this little collar shake.
Mrs. Strahd has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Girl like me's a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank.
A little scamp is wearing it, ma'am.
Her scarf? Oh, the overcoat.
It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, so I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree on price.
Interesting.
Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Mrs. Strahd has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box.
In a music box.
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You East a lot ain't too savvy, eh?
That's a little racist. Why do you gotta say that? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. Yeah, so suck it.
Small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and send a machine gearing, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I've no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well,
He who?
never you mind. Just ain't right, that's all. A desk worth's good money. I know it is.
Oh my god, is McGilded alive? Has he been alive this whole time? I feel like McGilded's gonna come back. I don't like it, but I think it's true.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Ugh.
I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care as I had understood it.
That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Well, it's her coat. I mean, I would probably check the pockets. Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady?
Oh, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this dish, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade? Because I think you're full of shit.
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Ooh, who's talking? Out of my way, please. Who is it? Oh my god! I'm gonna be such an asshole. Why does it kind of give me, like... He's, like, giving me... This is really specific, but he's, like, a little bit giving me vibes if my D&D character was human and the opposite gender. Like... Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna send this to my D&D group later, because oh my god. Like, a little bit. It's weird. That's very specific to me, but I don't care. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Oh my god.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor.
Oh my god. This dude is hilarious. Look at this asshole. He is such a... Oh my god. Immediate douchebaggery. I'm kind of living for it.
And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, it's obvious. I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Oh, will you tell him, girly?
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I feel targeted. I feel targeted a little bit by this character choice. How do you not know who I am? Amazing. Oh my god. Hilarious. You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You and I, from you? Broker! Oh, yes, sir. Oh god, I thought he was gonna pull the gun out again. I got a little scared. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my.
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's my own man's, or it was, now it's mine.
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. I would like to start with the gentleman, actually, if possible. Can I? I love him and hate him at the same time. He's hilarious to me. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh, yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Yes, this is like such great character design. I love it. I'm biased, but I love it. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps, anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikatoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict. Eggert Benedict? Like the... Almost like the... Alright. Alright. Okay. Really? We're gonna go with that? That's what we're gonna go with? Like Eggs Benedict? Really? Alright. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. He's a little sus. Now to the matter at hand. I love this character. He's so ridiculous. Oh my god. Please do that again. That was so... My other coat, return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Yes. Oh my god. Ugh. Every movie makes it. Alright, I'm done. Thanks, guys. It's been good. Wow, we're just like all of the references in this one, aren't we? All the references and puns. Every move you make. Every move he makes. Every breath he takes. I can't stand watching him. I love Ace Attorney so much. I love Ace Attorney. Hi, Gabe. Please excuse me. Oh, thank you. I will hydrate. I will hydrate with my sparkling water. Because it's sparkly. Thank you for this. Everybody else, hydrate
Your
too.
posture is regrettable. Concentrate on sitting straight.
Yes, and my posture is terrible. You're absolutely right. I'm up straight. I'm hydrated. I'm ready to game. Thank you for the reminders. Aw, thank you, Gabe. You're so sweet. Who? Now I guess I have to talk to Gina. It is Matt Mercer. He voices Yusuke from Persona 5. And that's who that line was from. Alright, the gentleman's accusation.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying?
What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
It's what maybe catches. Oh yeah. I don't know. A lot of people recognize him from Critical Role nowadays, which I need to get more into.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin.
I love the word ragamuffin.
You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened.
I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Yet again?
Oh, yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these back slum
scoundrels. I don't know why that was hard for me.
Oh,
Pose. Pose for me.
now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Mr. Stroud. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on! Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove and you think I'm the dodgy one. I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence I've sewn something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what?
Ooh, she's shaking in her boots now. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course. We need only consult Mr. Winterbank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh,
Why not?
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
That's a terrible policy. That is not a good policy. But why not?
Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
You know, I'm just kind of going back. Gina really did tell Sholmes to kind of fuck off, and he really did leave. Like, he has not said a word since. He has been gone.
yes, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question?
Of course. It's Professor.
Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Winterbank.
As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
Oh, there he is. He's been just saying. I was literally just That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all.
That's sweet that you believe that, but okay.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. A date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article.
That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I'll supply you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt. The article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. Just after Valentine's Day. With a watchword of Professor.
All perfectly correct information, sir.
But ow! Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt. Alright, Eggman. Eggman and the Walrus.
So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir.
I love that little shoulder shimmy. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. Oh, poor Gina. That's why I hate grown-ups. Just caught I'm a diver, everyone thinks it makes me a liar. Well? And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, Broker.
But of course, sir, here's the disc for you.
Just this one.
Pardon, sir.
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc.
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that was what was deposited with me, was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc. It's mine. Oh God. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because of all those sharp little bumps. Oh no, the sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright. I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Or you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Yes, this is very strange. Okay. Add to support record. You there in the black library! Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars! What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Sholmes! Sholmes, help! Sholmes, please help me! Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Oh. So. You found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. He is the most dramatic. Like, the most dramatic. TM. TM. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. What does that say? Does that say Sholmes Caramel? What does that say? I see it says caramel, but it... Shining's Caramel? Shilling Caramel? I don't know what it says. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? You're like a 34-year-old man. You can just talk to people. How old is he? Wait a minute. You're 34. Iris, that was her name. That is the second pink-haired girl that I've met that's named Iris. That is, I think I probably already mentioned that, but I'm gonna say it again. Eggert Benedict. Age unknown. Pop Windibank. Haha, his name is Pop. That's cute. You're 34. You can just rejoin the conversation. You don't get to be dramatic like this. Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I haven't heard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. He's like, why are we talking about me? I'm the center of attention. You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Schultz, I feel simply awful for you.
Oh, honey. Look at Gina in the back. She's just like, It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again.
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for? Well, at least you're humble about it. Seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Obviously listen to the deduction. You think I'm just gonna leave it like that? Absolutely not. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When the lady's in trouble, the Trinjet's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? I love him. I mean, I hate him, but I also love him. He's just so... Yes. Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again Mr. Schultz has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I'd hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! I love these. I love these so much. The game is afoot! Oh, thank you, Titus, for the lurk. First of of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Ooh. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff-wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak, of course, is the missing ferrule. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ferrule? I'm just gonna say ferrule. Feral. Furl? Fertile. We're gonna say furl. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip, and I don't think that's what it was. I was actually more looking at the I noticed some little, it's not letters. Letter specific, initials! 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 I noticed some initials at the top of the cane. Wow, that took me a second. Anyway. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. See, there they are! The initials AG. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you've conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Through the pawnbrokery! Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is an ample reason. Or there is ample reason, as you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this, and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, Beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? Aw, Gabe, thank you so much for the 10
Breeze the one
bits!
love.
Aw, thank you. I really appreciate it. Like a little snowman. Oh. That flows in a very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery. Oh my gosh, Gabe, thank you again for the cheer, the
Breeze
bits.
the one love.
Aw, thanks. Oh, the little puppies. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the puppies. You devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will be soon underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank. The special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Cool, and he just revealed it to everyone. To steal the Great Exhibition's reserve funds. I love ginger beer. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Oh my gosh! Gabe!
Breeze the one love. Alright, now I'm done. Wanted to reach the next badge today, share derp.
Oh my gosh! I hope you reached that badge. Thank you so much for all the bits. You're awesome. Mr. Sholmes. Well, Mr. Nadahodo. An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road? And what it has in its vault? Indeed. Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets that I just revealed to the entire room. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. Oh, I see the little badge. Nice.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.
Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal.
But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said.
If Twitch was only nice to me, I'm sorry. You know how Twitch can be sometimes.
Then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you reveal the secret.
Oh. Oh, now it did. Yay! I'm glad it finally worked. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Donahodo, an excellent idea.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Because it's not in shape at all.
Very well then, let us start once more, from the beginning. Of Sherlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Alright, so. What was the first thing? So, follow this pickpocket having had the redemption ticket stolen from you. But that is a lie! A lying liar! Hold on there. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road.
That was quite a sentence. Oh my god.
But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? Hey, sir.
Aww. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. It's really nice to know that I'm appreciated. I'll keep working hard. Thank you so much, Gabe. No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Let's take a gander. There's a note on the back. Scribbled writing.
Take that!
Aw. You know what? That's true. We should all tell somebody that we care about them today. I'm gonna do that once I'm done with stream, because you're so right. People, you gotta say it to the people you care about. And Midna is here. Midna's coming to say hi. Oh! Say hello, Midna. Oh gosh, ow. She wants to be on my shoulder so bad. Everybody say hi to Midna. Ow, you are so needy. She's a little mad at me though, because she can't jump up. There used to be like a thing that she could climb up on, but now she's got to settle for me. That's very true. You never know who may need to hear it. Oh, I will definitely give Midna some extra pets from you, Gabe. Let's see if I can get her to... Oh. Do you want to sit on my shoulder? You want to sit in my lap? Aw, there she goes. Oh, my cotton socks. I love it. She's gonna sit in my lap. Alright, Midna, help me solve this case. Let's solve a mystery together. Those notes were scrawled by, oh, no. Those notes were scrawled by somebody famous, and as such are worth a considerable sum of money. I don't think that's correct. The fact that you handled the paper on which they were written with only... that's probably wrong. So you came in today with the intention of pawning it for as much as the broker would give you. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Donahodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. She is! She's the best defense attorney assistant, aren't you? Aren't you, baby? Oh my gosh, I wish y'all could see her. Okay. Let's try that again.
I still don't quite understand why this gentleman came to Mr. Windibanks today.
He might look like a smartly dressed man about town, but perhaps he's destitute, really. I really think that's the only explanation.
You must stop thinking along those lines, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Well, in that case, perhaps there's something in this pawn shop that the man was looking for.
Let's look closely and see if there's anything about his person that gives us a clue.
Okay, I think I'm gonna examine this instead of presenting it.
Oh, look at all the scribbled notes in the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". She's 1 inch shorter than me. Actually 2 inches shorter than me. Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. You should definitely play. Oh, speaking of the trilogy is actually on sale, so anybody who hasn't played it already should play it. Play the trilogy. It's on sale on the eShop. The nice HD version. And I know the second game usually, if people say that it falls off on the second game, but the second game is still really good to me. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Oh, are you done? Are you done sitting in my lap? Gonna sit over there instead? Okay, you can chill right there. You can chill right there.
Goodness!
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although, if you showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th of April.
Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Stylish hat. I like how we're just like very intently staring at this man. Genuinely excited for the second. Yes! Oh my god. I want it so bad. I'm still replaying the first one. I wanted to get all of the hidden, what do they call them? They're like the hidden things in the Somniums. I didn't find all of them on my first playthrough. I found a lot of them, but I want to go back and find all of them because I want to unlock all the extra stuff. I freaking love that game. That is so underrated. Like, I need everybody in the world to know about AI the Somnium Files.
Take that!
Oh, there it goes. Now that I've examined it, it worked. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place? Is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Ah! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. There's like an explanation for like all the adult, like the pervy jokes and the kind of over sexuality that Date has in the first game. There was like a plot explanation for it. It wasn't just like, haha, we're gonna put dirty jokes in there. So I don't know why some people were turned off by it personally, but God, it's so fun, and I'm trying to get everybody I know to play it. It's so good. It's just so good. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it just in case somebody hasn't played it, but yeah. The plot, I thought it was like a weird... I thought it was like a very... Well, it gave me Zero Escape vibes once I finished the Zero Escape series. I was thinking back to it and I was like, yeah, that tracks. The cane with which you unwittingly clutch your person. Oh, this is okay. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, haha. They really try to hint at those What's a feral?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane monster, Naruhodo.
Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly, and Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't, though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. It's actually the initialing. I'm gonna examine it first before I present it. Look here, Miss Usato. There are some letters on the handle.
Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names.
So, Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously.
Oh. AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Take that!
Yeah, it's not right. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you'd had that cane for years. So don't try and tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Something ripped. What was that sound? It sounded like something ripped. You recoil, sir. Is there something wrong? Oh, I think I heard something rip. Your reaction betrays the truth. I don't think it's the handle. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Something ripped. It doesn't fit. If the coat does not fit, you must. Well, actually, he would be acquitted. That's not. It's wrong, okay? It's wrong. Just go with it. Where is there a tear in the coat? There has. Aha! In the shoulder, the split seam.
Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart.
I knew I heard something rip. So it is.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of his seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening the front. If we were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
What? Sorry?
So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really giving this some thought. We can't, but what we can do is present the seam. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah! Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ah! This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. so fabulous in his But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. Yay. So now, the great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the... No, it's the ledger.
The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank would never allow you to redeem the article.
Or looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Yes, I'm thinking the ledger. Notelet? The gun. He used the gun to... No. You know, I have to wonder if that dog is like one of the developers' dogs. It's really cute. What is this notebook, though? Look at this, Mr. Sado.
Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself.
Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winterbank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And in an alarmingly clear script as well.
Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Well, I guess that answers the question. The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter, to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword as his common practice, or as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. I think it is actually the music box disc. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat, the music box disc that was in one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Windibank, isn't even worth a penny.
And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why?
I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Could we really? I'd better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected. There's only 2 pieces of evidence, and I guarantee it's not the armband.
Take that!
What? I have to examine it first, I think. Lame. Come on, let's try again. This man has used some fairly high-handed measures to try to get his hands on the overcoat and the disc.
He certainly doesn't want either for their monetary value, though.
Still, they must be of value somehow. Oh, sorry.
They must be of value somehow to someone.
This is the last piece of the puzzle. I'd better have another look through the evidence and see if there are any clues hiding. There's the blood stain. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they plug the teeth of the comb to make the notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict.
When Mrs. Straw tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally cut your finger.
Ouch, just thinking about it hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Hello, Midna, again. There's a note on the back of the disc. For McGilded.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc, too.
Or, sorry. I don't know what you're doing. Do you think you can just sit wherever you want, little miss? You're so spoiled.
And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded.
McGilded? It couldn't be.
But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live.
But why? Why is his name on this? There it is. That was the clue I needed. And now I will present it.
Take that!
So, McGilded is back! You see, this music box disc tells us all that we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, For McGilded. Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Midna, what are you doing, sweet baby? Aw, you want to sit in my lap again? Okay, you can sit in my lap again. But you gotta stay still. Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Aha! To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Aha! We did it! Elementary! Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
Mr. Shams, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Miss Susato.
Well, according to what Mr. Winterpig told us earlier, today was the final day on which the code could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today is the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been the 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th of February.
Is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place.
And at half past 10 in the evening.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Wait a minute, the blood on the disc is not from his finger. Is it from, oh my god, is it from the other crime? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Oh, that sounds awesome, Gabe. What kind of food you get? Glad I could be of some comfort and entertainment as well. Precisely it was so okay. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Oh god. Who is this flunky? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however. There's another gun! Oh my god. Okay, why are there so many guns in this one? I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Wow. Wow. He really just gonna be white rice, black beans, some good chicken. Yes! Yes, that's an awesome meal. That sounds delicious. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. Yeah, he was packing the whole time. I'm not handing over the wait, if I say absolutely not, do I get shot? Can you die in this game? Is this like the first Ace Attorney where you can like legit die? I'ma risk it for the disket. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not.
Hold it!
Oh my god! Are we gonna have a fucking Mexican standoff right now? Are we gonna like duel? Is this the Wild West now? Mr. Winterbank!
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life.
No! Point the gun at him, not yourself! Great, now the cops show up. Inspector Gregson. Inspector? Fuck, I can't remember what voice I gave him. I think I'm gonna give him the same voice, just, it feels right, because I've been doing a lot of British accents. I think I'm gonna give him the same voice that I gave him to Detective Bad in the Investigations games, because it just feels right. Oh wait, no, I gave him a Brooklyn accent. That's what I did. Oh lord. I gotta get my Brooklyn accent on. Absolute, a clown. A clown! I love the little clown emote. That's super cute. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now what's this all about, eh?
Oh, praise be your heart last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment.
Damn, he's still really just... Okay. It would seem you have the upper hand. I can't believe that was the correct answer, to like withhold it and not give it to the man who was quite literally pointing a gun in my face. I gotta say, for Naruhodo, that was pretty ballsy. Like, that was pretty ballsy. I mean, I know I made the choice, but like, think about it in the story, like, that took guts. That took some guts. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Mr. Winterbank very nearly met with his end.
Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell.
Oh dear.
And the whole of Britain could be with its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. Oh, Kyle's online. Hi, Kyle. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course. We've had the upper hand, popsicle stick built man. Yeah, you popsicle stick looking ass. Oh my god. He's getting away, and he's doing so fabulously. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat officer, too. Sir. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops. Why is my controller doing that? Why? Why are you like this? My immersion! Sorry, guys. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently, so we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble.
Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while, very worried indeed.
Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Just because he's wearing black? Oh, yes. I'll be taking whatever it is of McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much. So we hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him, it's mine, that is mine! Sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. He sure did. He did the full, like, twirl, baby, twirl. It's all yours, Inspector. That was quite the development. And so we handed Mr. McGilda's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued. And it will. I will continue it. I'm gonna take a quick little break just to get some dinner, and I'm gonna save my current progress for sure. I'm gonna save, you know what? I'm feeling spicy. Let's save it in slot 4. Because why the hell not? Let's just do it. So I'm gonna take a quick little break. Just pause that right here. As you can see, I've been playing AI the Somnium Files. I'm gonna get some food and some more hydration, and you guys just hang tight for me. Alrighty. I'm back. Thank you for letting me take that brief moment to get some delicious pad thai in my tummy. Let us continue on this wild case. 15th of April, Baker Street. See, that's why I ain't grown-ups. All they do is feed you pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What?
Oh my, surely you were given that.
Oh my gosh. Just my chair. And my posture. Must keep my posture straight. Yeah, they do let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. They went through the pockets and then said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scarper. Linda, do you mind? Always pays off giving people a look like you hate them. I can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Dog. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind.
The music box disc.
But Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go have another bash, give him a long hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windibank's again today. Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank. But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat and it was in the coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well, then that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. Hello, what are you doing? She's bad that I'm not giving her all of the attention. I'm giving Ace Attorney the attention. Midnight. Right. So, what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. No, Tar. Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? Oh, damn, she's fast. Oh, little kitty. This little kitty head poking out.
Oh dear, she's gone.
Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry. I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sato. Until later. Well, I want to examine some stuff. This store is closed. Look at all the different things in the window of this shop.
Oh, that's Windibank's, the pawnbrokery.
It looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally.
It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo.
I disagree. I think what doesn't kill us makes us a little bit weaker each time it tries. But maybe that's just the, Oh, this is the... It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know! To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Well, I guess we can just move right along. Well, I guess we'll go to our legal consultancy.
Oh, there's tea.
It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now, but I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san?
Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is a paradise for a true tea lover.
Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think?
I do love some green tea. That's one of my faves. What's this? So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. How dare you! I'm just kidding.
Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, so.
He doesn't like tea? I like the little Daruma. Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
But you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact.
Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? Aww.
If you insist.
I actually just got a Daruma doll myself, and I've only colored one eye in. I was gonna take it and put it on my desk at work, but I had to pack it, obviously, when I was moving. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
You could tidy up once in a while.
Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. Yeah! That's totally the excuse I'm gonna give when my room gets messy in a natural way and not like with a bunch of boxes like it is right now. Because it's definitely messy with all the moving boxes.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time you could be better spent on some simple housework.
She wins. But I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Okay, I'm supposed to actually be doing something. Oh, her desk is very tidy. There's so much stuff. I'm not supposed to be here. I should go where I'm supposed to be, which I believe is Shelm's Suite. Here it goes. Yeah, the dialogue's gonna... Yeah, okay, so this is where I was supposed to go. Shelm's Suite.
Oh, Susie and Bruno, come in!
Good afternoon, Iris.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always.
I am! I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on, you'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining. She's so cute.
Oh dear, it is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Jenny! Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news!
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. Wait, what are the little creatures on her bag? She has like a little, if you look really closely in the bottom right corner, she has like little mascots on her bag. What are those?
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Gossip Girl! Hello, hi! Is it hinting to something later in the story? I don't know. I think either it might hint to something later in the story, or maybe it's like an Easter egg. But hi, welcome in! Oh no, he's back at his desk. Is he moping again?
Hurley? Oh, he's been like this ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. This is my first stream in my new place, which I'm happy to finally be moved out and like settling in. So I'm pretty good. How are you?
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Oh, yeah, I wanted, it's a little embarrassing with all the boxes, so I'm just gonna continue putting my backdrop up. The move was stressful. The move was definitely stressful, and it took a really long time, so I'm really, really glad for it to be over.
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
I don't know how to respond to that. Took you a solid 5 months to yeah, it probably is gonna take me a little while. I'm still like shuffling boxes around. Like I feel like I just go through a tornado and I'm like this box, then this box, and it's just all a mess. But yeah, I'm glad I have a new space too. It's gonna be nice. It's all temporary, but it's still very nice. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Gabe. It's not a big deal at all. But thank you for the luck, because I'm gonna need it, because I thought I had misplaced my backdrop, and I was like panicking right before stream, because I was like, what box is it in? I was like digging through, and then I was like, oh wait, I was actually smart, and I put it in a bag next to the stand it goes. I was like, I was really thinking ahead, because I knew future Bree, which is now current Bree, was like, frazzled.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are.
What's the matter, Rudo? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right?
How? How did you...
Oh, Rudo, I can read you like a book.
Ugh, this girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything, I won't mind.
Well, I would like to have a... How about living with Sholmes? We'll start with that.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind, that and where are your real parents?
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh, this got sad real fast.
Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes? Really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh yes, I mean it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley. Who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Which is a Wilson, right?
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean,
Aww! It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Scholes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything as soon as he's solved a case. It all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he'd just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
You can say that again. That's really, like, not...
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson.
That's the guy who died in the first case. Oh no. Her goggles are so cute. She is adorable. She's 10 and she has a doctorate. Like, amazing. She's a genius. Look at, like, love the little heart curls in her hair and the little flower goggles. Yeah, it's casual. It's whatevs.
I learnt it from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
At 10. At 10. Iris's father, who went to some distant land and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Are you putting the pieces together, Ryunosuke? Yep, there it is. I cannot remember what this man's voice was. I'm just gonna read it. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who in the most bizarre of circumstances lost his life just before we left Japan. They really are built different. Miss Sato?
Yes?
Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Yeah, that got sad real fast. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
What a way to make friends.
Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Oh.
And I chase after her down the back alleys.
I don't think that's friendship. Interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh.
There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Jenny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
Does she really, or are you just, like, inferring that from... I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Hurley.
Oh, I can't wait for Jenny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. That would suck if she didn't show up. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. The characters make Ace Attorney. I don't think Ace Attorney would have had half the charm that it has come up with through all of the different iterations of it and sequels and whatnot without having excellent character design. It's a very, like, some of the, I remember, like, a long time ago in a drama class learning about, like, situational humor and character humor and, like, how things can be situational based and things can be character based. I think this definitely falls into the character based category. And God, I love Ace Attorney so much.
Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. What is it?
Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilded's disc.
Oh my!
Then what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Norohodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny, at crimes, big new crimes.
Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Bruno could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications.
Yes, I'd be delighted. I'd love to make calling cards for actual criminals. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Yeah, you can't talk about it. That's premeditation. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, Vicky Brizola, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna call you Vicky. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night and enjoying the stream. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution.
How extraordinary!
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves to be very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press in its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without a high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess, I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from a disc when played. So, was it music or was it?
Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Bruno. Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented had used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing which way is rowing. Oh, shit, I was gonna do the... What was that? What's the thing from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? There's no way of knowing. It's like that really creepy tunnel scene. The one that like scarred so many children. I think it scarred me a little bit when I was a kid. I always liked the room with the weird like polygon type candies that were like supposed to be. I think it wasn't the Everlasting Gobstopper, or was it? God, it's been forever since I've seen that movie. I should watch that movie again. We have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. I see, so that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. That sounds awful. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one? That's handy for you, always taking things too far.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true, in the worst case. I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? No, don't make us... I don't want to lose the place. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hit again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion, or so we think. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Or was he? Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial,
The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
the murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. I still think he killed the guy. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. Nah, he's sus as hell. It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Well, time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie, there's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winterbeck said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as intense as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winterbeck's storeroom gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I've told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up. Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles! I should love to read it!
Oh, that got dark real fast. Again, what happened? Oh, they're very intense. Are we gonna... What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles? But how could you know the full title? Well, that's...
She stole it, didn't she? Did she steal it? Oh my god, did she steal it? That's because Miss Susato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Winterbank's?
And yet how could Susie here know its title?
Well, Hurley, what's going on? Oh, somebody's in trouble. Ah! What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Yay, she's here. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. No, don't leave! No, wait, Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's in trouble, but somebody's in trouble.
Oh yes, just wait there, Jenny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. Change of subject. Swerve. What say you? Oh gosh, what say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is then. The kitty! I almost forgot about the kitty! Look at it! Look how cute it is! Oh my god! I'm screaming! That That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholm's violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. Aww. It's still the 15th of April. What a lovely night. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholm's violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
I don't recommend that, though.
Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Oh my god, I almost forgot about that. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
Summoned? What? Summoned? What do you mean? Like a jury summons? Like you're supposed to be a juror? Wait.
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay. What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. You and me both, brother. Oh boy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Ah, Iris, hello again. And Gina.
And Gina, too. Yes, Jenny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Jenny?
Well, yeah.
How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learnt so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us, wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques. We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my, however did you? I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Pickpocketed his armband right off his arm. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
All right then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, isn't it? What do you think, Jenny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does. The manuscript.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. need a little more time. Please.
What is happening? Why is this like an issue?
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris, not at all.
I don't know what this is all really about, but it's a story you made up, isn't it, Iris? This mental script or whatever you call it.
It's not exactly a story I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Jenny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner.
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down you see in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So where's your old man now, then? Oh, come on. Don't... Oh, this is sad.
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time.
Oh, no. She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know.
So I've never really met him.
Oh, my God. I don't like that. Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Yeah, let's make this extra sad. Let's just continue making it super sad. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts.
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh, how?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I'd ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you toiled over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say, not now, so please, do not ask me. This is shady. Why is everybody being so shady?
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe.
That really gets my goat, it does. He's treating you like a child. She is a child. She's 10. And you're also kind of a child. You're 17.
It's me that's what it is, keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too.
You're not too trusting for your own good. But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What?
Hurley's lying to me.
I like how in this game they've actually like added the characters to the environment so you can talk to them instead of just like, I don't know, it really adds the immersion. So let's ask about her parents and make it extra sad. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did. Never did have.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us the minute we're born, not even our mums. This is a bummer. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket.
No, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. That's fair. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, I know. That's how I see it. That's fair.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What I'd be like to have parents, I mean. Always sort of make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh.
I mean, you know you never had them. You don't feel like you always wanting to meet him. It's kind of dark.
It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh my god. Oh, Iris. This is so... She's just a little girl. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that mantle script or whatever, right? But come on! That's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my, why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really an old Winterbank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could have known about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
But Harley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet. That's... well... I'm telling you, that mental script ain't at Winterbanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. What a way to end a night.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny, we should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make you breakfast. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. She's just a little girl!
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san.
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of a murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Absolutely. Something deeper we will have to ponder next time. Wait. What is this? Mr. Naruhodo? That voice? That's Mr. Sholmes. Okay, wait, hold on. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss it's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. Speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Oh my god, what is happening? If she's dead, I swear to God. Wait a minute, why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbroker. Mr. Windibank's. Oh no. Oh my god, is she going to... Wait. Is she going to steal it? Or is she going... I'm sorry. Could Gina have gone... It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once! Oh, sorry. I was Susato. She was up, I guess. The 16th of April at 1:14 a.m. The door to Windibank's. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina, mustn't it? If she is dead, I swear to God. Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Oh my god. Oh no! 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 Oh my god! There's blood on the calendar. There's blood on the calendar. Why is there blood on the calendar? There's no one here. Oh yes, there is. What? Mr. Sholmes! Ah! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go! Right! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Blast! I've lost them. Hello, hello, what have we here? Oh. That's a Bobby. I'm gonna just give him, I'll just give him the generic guard voice that I always do. The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windibank's.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. I knew he was gonna die! I fucking knew he was gonna die. No. No!
It's Gina!
Oh my god. No! Oh my god. I was gonna... I'm like at a loss for words right now because that was really intense. That was... Every time I think Ace Attorney can't get more intense, it does. Because you know what? Spirit of Justice was like... I mean, kind of spoilers, but Spirit of Justice was like, yeah, we can shoot people. And there were some shootings, and it was, like, intense. But never 3 people shot. Holmes was shot. Or Sholmes was... Oh, my God. And I have to go to work in the morning, which means I can't really play anymore tonight. And I was gonna just kind of let it be and like a nice good night. Like, yay, they had tea and they learned how to pickpocket. It was all fun. And that's when we were just gonna end it. And it was gonna be fine. And we would get into the mystery. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna save my progress, and I hate to end it there, but I actually have to go. I actually have to go. It went into a cutscene. That is how intense it got. Like that's how you know it gets super intense in an Ace Attorney game when they're like, hold on, we're gonna have to take the control away from you, and you're just gonna have to watch this occur. Wow. What a way to leave that off. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, but I really do have to go to work in the morning and I have to go into the office. Otherwise, I would be playing this for way, way longer. Oh my God, what? I'm flabbergasted, but what a way to like kick off the next one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my first stream in my new place. I'm glad to be back on schedule. Speaking of my schedule, it's posted on my Twitter, like always. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do that. All my social medias are swiping down at the bottom. Also, I think my timers have been like sharing my social medias. But I'm at Breezelbit everywhere, so you can find me on all of the websites, all of them. If you like watching me do fun voices, I love playing Ace Attorney, so that's like the thing I'm doing right now. But I play a lot of visual novels and stuff. So then, you know, if you're into that, you can come by. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, I'm reeling actually a little bit from that. Wow. Okay, I'm super excited to keep going with this, but I just can't do it more tonight. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a good rest of your evening or day, depending on what time zone you're in, because the weird world is there. Hydrate yourselves and get some rest, because you all deserve it. You are all lovely people, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!